Hey nerds, no top 5 video today. And that's because I've been thinking about it and I decided every other Friday I'm going to do a top 5, and on the Fridays in between I'm going to do this. And if you're wondering what this is a series I'm going to entitle Nerdosophy, because I like putting the word nerd in front of words, if you didn't notice. So in order for me to explain this a little bit more, it's going to be my personal thoughts and opinions and ideas on random stuff in nerd culture and kind of breaking it down easy for people to understand where I'm coming from on this. So for the first episode, I decided to talk about the major thing, the word nerd. Now, for me and mostly other people, nerd can be considered a good thing, but it's also been widely known as bad. So let me just explain how I feel about the word nerd. Now, for me, nerd and geek are interchangeable, obviously. So when we go down to it, it means you're passionate about something, that you care about it enough to the point where you're almost obsessed with it. Which, yes, obsession can be technically a bad thing, but I feel like if it makes you happy and you're not hurting anybody, you should do it. I feel like nerds are some of the most creative and the most passionate and the most loving of people. Like, of course, there's a bad side to everything, which I would probably talk about in a later video of the bad side about being a nerd. But right now, I like focusing on the positive side. Like, think about it. If you don't have any passion about anything, how do you make a living? How do you want to live your life if there's nothing to have that makes you happy? So my personal belief is anyone can be a nerd. Anyone on this planet can be a nerd. And I think everyone is a nerd, just about different things. Me, I'm a stereotypical comic book nerd. I also like TV shows and other things, but mainly comic books are my thing. Everyone else, there's other things. There's sports nerds out there. Yes, you guys who like sports, play fantasy football and fantasy baseball and stuff like that, you guys are nerds. You look up stats, you make sure you know your history of the sport, and you know almost everything there is to know about the sport. You're a nerd. You're just a different type of nerd that won't accept the fact of the word nerd. So, technically speaking, everyone's a nerd in my book. Just about different things, and you're allowed to pick and choose what you like or don't like. There's nothing wrong with that. But in my head, it's just being a nerd means you love something and you cherish something, and it's almost like it's yours. So when people go, why complain about movies when certain people like myself will complain about a comic book movie that wasn't interpreted right? And I just go, look at it this way. Let's say you have your favorite sports team. I'm a huge Chicago Bulls fan. And let's say they traded a top player. Let's say they traded Jimmy Butler, who is a big player on the Chicago Bulls. I will be angry with that choice because I feel like he's the best player right now on the team. Of course, he's injured at the moment, but still, like, on the team in general, he's the best player. And if they lose him, it's going to screw the team over. So it's just like that. That's how I'm going to explain it. It's just like if your favorite sports team loses their biggest player and shifts him off to another team, and what they get in return is not what they need. So if you look at it that way and you try to understand where other people are coming from, of course I'm going to be upset over movies, but it doesn't take away the original source material for me because we care about it. It's our culture. Nerd is a culture that everyone can own. It doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter what sex you are, it doesn't matter what religion you believe in. You are allowed to like stuff. You should be able to openly like stuff and not be judged, no matter what. Everyone is allowed to read comics. It's not restricted to sex. It's not restricted to anything at all. Anyone could pick up and read a comic. And if you don't like a certain comic, that doesn't mean you have the right to say other people shouldn't like it either. So, with that being said, I feel like the nerd community is compassionate, they're creative, they're caring. They could be angry, but if we try to focus in the right spots, we help people. And we want to help people because we look up to people who help people. Whether you like TV shows like Doctor Who, or Star Trek, or you like movies like Star Wars, or you like comic books like Captain America. You care, you want to be the person who helps other people because it's the good thing to do. And at the end of the day, I feel like most nerds around the world want to help people, and they don't want to hurt people or shy them away from being who they are. I feel like people who bully nerds and people who've bullied me before, it's just, some people don't get it. They don't understand that. How could you be so compassionate towards this thing that's not normal, that's not usual? Like, everyone likes something at the end of the day. So that's my weird, twisted, deep thoughts on this. I want to know what you guys think, because I want to know what you guys are nerdy about. What makes you guys go geek out over something? Because personally, like, random news makes me geek out. When I first found out that Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were going to collab, I geeked out for like 10 minutes straight. I'm not proud per se of that, but still, like, when you hear something awesome, you just have to be excited for it. No matter what it is, it's okay to be. No matter who judges you, no matter, at the end of the day, you have to just be yourself and love yourself for who you are. Because at the end of the day, that's all you are. If you try to fake being something else, people are going to notice. So I just want to say, those are my thoughts about being a nerd. And I really want to know your guys' thoughts. Please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to have a discussion. Or on my Twitter. Once again, it's going to be somewhere over here. And spread this video to people who you think need to hear it. They need to hear that it's going to be okay. That it's not the end of the world if you like something that other people don't like and judge you for liking it. You're allowed to like what you're allowed to like. And be good to each other. Be nice. Be accepting. Try not to be fake towards people. Be who you are. And I think that's what being a nerd is all about. Being who you are. So, until Wednesday, stay nerdy, guys.